Peace and power, family. You're now multidimensionally tuned in. In this video, I'm going to talk about following your light. Why it's very important you follow your light, and why it's very important you act like you. First things first, it's very important you act in your own nature. It's very important you behave like you. But you might have a question: how do I behave when I'm still spending the rest of my life trying to learn about me? But I'll tell you, you don't have to spend the rest of your life learning about you to know about how you behave. You see, you're not supposed to spend the rest of your life learning about you. You're supposed to already know about you, but spend the rest of your life experiencing this part of you, this you. Now, you may ask again, but first, what do you mean? How do I, how do I really act in my true nature? You must act in your true nature by acting according to the nature of the light that was allocated to you. And we all have different lights, but you need to understand, it's important to understand how to dissect these lights so we can know not only what we are to the world, but what the world is to us. Life is full of deceitfulness, trickeries. Life is also filled with beautiful things. If you get, attached to any one of those patterns of life, be it that you being receiving or giving any of those things, it makes you not to be so aware of when the opposite is going to happen, which is either of those things, if the other one happens in place of the other one first. One must act in their true natures. That's simply what I mean. You must behave like you, according to your natal will. You must be unapologetically you. This doesn't mean that you can't compromise and act like a human being that you are, because you're not a robot. What makes you different from everything that was programmed was that you have a soul. Because if you really want to think, we're not programmed, bruh, your natal chart is a program. Like, that is what gives you a literal program of what this software is designed for, until we have program software updates. In fact, you update every time you sleep. But you see, the same program, we're all just running in an ecosystemic program, but we're programs of that program, micro of macro. So in order for you to see yourself doing what, or in order for you to live truly like yourself, you need to truly identify with the soul, not even the spirit, which is your avatar, which is the natal chart. The spirit is what the soul is watching, right? The soul, is what the spirit is, what the soul is feeling, while the soul is watching this avatar in this physical existence. You see, because feeling then seeing. So the spirit is feeling this, the soul is feeling the spirit, and the spirit is watching the avatar. Cool, you get me? So this is it. So how do you be yourself? You must understand how to see yourself. But what is yourself? What is your self? It's funny how when you say that word self, someone think that, oh, self, like self or battery. Yeah, cool, okay, cool. But self literally is talking about your complete self, your 360, your will, yourself. The masculine and the feminine of yourself, the complete, above the horizon and below the horizon, the Mazara, the complete battery. Alright, you feel me? So you must know your will. Alright? And it's not a must, but when you know your will, you get to understand how to do what you're supposed to do, when you're supposed to do what you're supposed to do. Because guess what? You can't even change it. As long as you're still connected to that soul of yours, you can't even change it. Maybe unless you want to cut off your soul and sell your soul to Saturn. But you can't change it. So what do? Know your place. Knowing where our action virtues are placed, corresponding to the type of hard or soft aspects and alignment with these action virtues, can let us understand also with the transits that are hitting with it, also aspecting, can let us understand progressively, right, and at an instant, or from point zero when you are born, how to act in your nature and continuously act in how you're meant to act. Then you might be like, isn't that just making astrology God? No. Astrology can put you in a loop. This is where astrology becomes a god to a lot. Astrology can put you in a loop. So, what you do is this. You don't fall for the loop by knowing that you're meant to learn this thing, but you're also meant to have the balance of the yin and yang. So, like I said when I started this video, you're doing the things in this avatar for the spirit, so the spirit can give it to the soul back. Understand this primal thing foremost, so you can understand that this physical world is not the real world. This is a result world. This is where we see results. Don't be surprised that what I'm doing now, I already did it. You know, yeah, with all that being said, act in thy nature, man. Act like you. But for you to act like you need to know how to act like you, right? Now, for the person at the back there who might say, what if astrology, you make astrology good? See, that's on you. That's on your discernment. Right? But you need to understand that if I didn't tell you something like this, you would still end up just acting how you're supposed to act anyways. You get it? But you can be misled. Right? If you're not aware of your higher self. If you're not consciously aware of your higher self, you can be misled. You can be misled by something trying to target your higher self through you, and he even disguises himself like he's not trying to attack you, that he loves you. See, with such wisdom, you can be able to now know when someone is showing you love, but then even the love they show you is poison, is Pleiadian, is word of mouth. Because you know that they are doing that thing to probably come and attack some part of you inside you. You get it, you know, and everything doesn't have to be on the defense. These things can be used for the offense too. You get it? Don't forget, act in your true nature in order for you to meet the frequency of where this reality is trying to bless you easier, faster, less stress. You know, people will be surprised. How? You know, because you need to understand that you have a choice. But with that being said, it's good to know how to act in your nature. It makes this reality less bullshit. It makes you to not have things like anxiety, right? Because anxiety is a mental thing, and then when you're able to, things like anxiety, depression, they're mental things. But when you're able to understand more about these internal aspects of yourself, you get to realize that anxiety was nothing more than a war you were having with your own mind and your body, because there's one CET somewhere, one devil demon that knows that his time has come short, and it would love to use your vehicle when the harvest, or what you might call the singularity, happens, because at that point anybody that doesn't know their self will literally start to cry and go to the who to go and accept what to go, so you can help them to forget. But anyways, man, I think I'm going too much. Listen, send me an email, all right, to schedule consultation inquiries. It could be for a natal chart specifically, basically astrology. It could be for a day, it could be for a week, it could be for a month, at intervals. I think this is the perfect time to start this high level of schooling with astrology, because I don't do sequential teachings astrologically. Normally I just do one reading for people and I'm done. But you see, working with people in my own close life here and seeing how I've been able to do things like, okay, you know, grooming them, maybe like maybe my brother, close friends, telling you, yo, listen, this is your sign. So this is this, that is that, that is that, this. Okay, this is happening for you now, transit-wise. So this is going to create this for this is this. So watch out for this and that for that. Don't sign any contracts from the next 3 weeks. Or say, hello, sorry, don't sign any contract for the next 3 weeks. But on, let's say, Friday of the, on the Friday, say the 14th of April, randomly, you can sign a contract from that day. Okay, because of, say, the retrograde is going to be affecting your 12th house, and your 12th house has a tendency to put you into a false state of imagination because of Mercury. So you get it. You see it. You're not professional only. All that being said, highly stay highly vibrational, multidimensional. This is just a complex set of words, you know, just very basic me to you conversation on how to understand, how to see your celestial self. So then now, what happens is you start to decipher. You start to look your reality, you're seeing your reality, but from a geometrical basis. You know, now you're ready to jump from this avatar, because now you don't need to really see things here to see, to experience. You're conscious enough that you can evolve to a planet. You can now be in charge of humans, seeing things through other humans. You know what they are experiencing, their experience, because you're experiencing your experience now, from microcosm to macrocosm. Anyway, stay highly vibrational, stay multidimensional, and I'm gonna see you all in another video. Act in that nature. Peace and power. I'm out.